Hello and welcome to part 9 of Let's Play Town of Salem Sole Suspect.
Strange coming back here now, like this. A place I used as a crutch to get through the tough times when I found myself suddenly alone again. Funny how history repeats itself.
I'm amazed that everyone else is in a uniform.
Tonight was the first time he used a gun. This guy relies on close proximity. So remember, if you approach him, it gives him power.
Sir, if we can't approach him, how do we arrest him?
Remember your training. He's a wanted cop killer now. You can shoot him on sight.
Hold on. You can't shoot a serial killer on sight, but as soon as the serial killer hits a cop, then you can kill him on sight. Okay.
Cops gotta stick together.
Well, that was almost useless.
He hasn't screwed up yet, but he will.
No, sir. I'd be very interested to know that myself. No. No suspects at this point, sir.
His phone is nearly as big as his head.
Boils down to sloppy leadership, Lieutenant. Whoever made the call for Ronan to go in alone, it's on you. We lose one of our own tonight, and you have no suspects and no leads?
Look, Captain, he wore gloves and apparently didn't touch anything in the apartment other than the knob on the front door. He didn't leave prints, fibers, or anything else traceable. If you think I don't want this guy to pay more than you, you are sadly mistaken.
Watch your tone, Rex. Everyone knows he was your brother-in-law, so you don't need to remind us. But you lose your cool again, and more of your own will join Ronan. You understand me? You find this guy, or a clue that leads to his doorstep. Now! That's an order.
Yeah, understood.
Alright, the murder location seems to be clumped up around here and around there. So I say if you live in that area there, you're pretty safe. Witness description of clothing. Witness said she saw a man in a dark hoodie matching the public description, dark pants and shoes, did not get a look at his face. Well, let me just go and inspect the... Why is the door to the toilet shut if there's no one in there? I mean, seriously. Oh, hello. The Stalwart Spectre. Now that is gonna be... Gee, Soderbergh, please progress. Rocks in her pockets could point to suicide or a death by classmates. There's no evidence of violence and no current suspects. Not entirely sure what that's relevant to, but I do know that I'm trying to find 7 more rifles. I don't really need to poltergeist anything here. Like that, status A, Grace. Police progress after case of a seeming incident, except for the bell symbol. Another case of a seeming incident, except for the bell symbol, thrown by Glifinger in the dust of a window. You know, I've lost where I was before. Greta Soderbergh, female, 17 years old, death occurred 1 week before high school graduation. That sounds kind of sad. But not sad enough to stop me from doing my investigation. I want to find the fucking gun. There's another one.
Hey, Baxter. You still relying on that wizard lady?
You know I ain't into all that spiritual crap. But she's onto something. Results are results. You find a more reliable source, you let me know.
Well, I now know the truth about Baxter. He was truly an asshole. Case closed. Alright, I already took a quick gander in the toilets. That's great, I can hide in the ladies. Let's see. There are still no suspects in the case. Accident has not been ruled out, but the only evidence of foul play was a bell symbol drawn with a felt pen, no prints on the pen. Well, I think if I was going to leave evidence of the murder scene that it was me, I wouldn't even leave the pen. It was here in December 1776 that 13 soldiers of the Continental Army gave their lives combating a surprising attack by British troops. Well, I guess the British really didn't like Salem. Hey, buddy.
What were you in for?
It's too complicated to get into. Let's just say that I wasn't about to let some judge decide how to spend the rest of my life. That's my choice, so I made it. Either way, it doesn't matter now, does it?
If it didn't, you wouldn't still be here. Maybe I can help?
Nah, I appreciate it, but it looks like you got your own shit to deal with. I'll figure it out on my own. Always have. Thanks, though.
Okay, buddy. You just...
Only I could tell my younger self what I would become.
I've got to get out of here. There's a ghost right over there in that cell. Don't you have some other place you can keep me? Shut up, man. It's bad enough we're in jail without all your crazy talk. What? You too? There's another one. Tell me you can't see this.
Alright. I have absolutely no idea what I have right here. It's grateful recognition of a generous, anonymous citizen of Salem who allowed this forensic facility to rebuild and better serve the people of the city.
Mind if I ask what happened?
What does it look like? I died.
Yeah, I can see that. I meant, how did you die? Autopsies aren't this thorough and the cause of death is cut and dry.
I don't know. A bunch of pills. Some were sleeping pills. It was supposed to be peaceful.
Isn't a spiderweb tattoo usually a symbol for time spent in prison? Why would this tattoo have 2 spiders in the web?
He got his own tattoo wrong.
It's just a tattoo. That's all I know. Focus on it. Chained to those prison bars?
We don't pay you to analyze tattoos.
Yes, sir.
Not being prepared for that, for seeing your own corpse, it never felt so much like an empty shell until now. God, I look like a criminal.
Wow, but tattoos might tell us something. Confession of a lot of stuff.
Alright, well that was completely fucking useless. Remember to come by here again if I ever get bored of actually finding actual things that help. Alright, there's another musket. I need 4 more now. Claire Anna Nelson, female, 20 years old, student. Well, that's helpful. I mean, if I didn't know about Anna, I probably couldn't go on. That's where I just was. Genius. Been in here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here. Alright. Well, apparently I'm supposed to investigate there, but I don't really see much point. Is there a stairway somewhere that isn't blocked off? There we go. I'll do the investigation in a minute, maybe. I just need to continue with this investigation. Looking for a musket. And now another 3. Anne Grace, no legal middle name, female, 22 years old, no immediate family, publicly went by the name of Madame Agatha, a novelty fortune teller. Well, that looks promising. Oh, and there's the dick munch demons, stopping me from doing anything. Oh, another collectible. Karen Mary Douglas, female, 37 years of age, accountant, unmarried, no criminal record, no violent relationships, socially known for Wednesday night Ouija board parties.
Beautiful, buddy. That sickness she carried in her brain, you made it tolerable. Well, I guess you must be together now.
I used to go to visit Rex down at the station, but it's been years, so when I went with Ronan today, I was like seeing the place in a whole new light. I was struck by a room that was just dedicated to the Bell killer case. Everything they know or even guess might be related is in that room. Strange energy of the people coming in and out of that room. You'd think there was some religious observance going on in there. I've never seen anything like it. Well, it's good to know that you're at least alive at the start of this case. I mean, Ronan can't possibly have any hard feelings to anything big there. I never thought this would happen between Ronan actually going through with this and Rex pulling off the paperwork and managing Ronan's past. So much could go wrong, but it happened, and my man has a badge now. Looks good on him, and he loves it. I think his swagger just got even bigger. God, I love a guy in uniform. Apparently I'm allergic to relationships with police officers. I always knew they'd be in trouble, but I didn't know his official arrest record was that extensive. Much worse when I thought, felony after felony, going back to childhood. It's like his life is already ruined. How can I enjoy my life with his? Wow. It's good to know that you had faith in Ronan there. It was quite a trick Rex pulled, advancing Ronan to detective rather than making him spend much time as a beat cop. He convinced the captain and the commissioner that Ronan's street smarts would make him most effective as a plain clothes cop. Ronan was very relieved. Okay, just one more now. I'll have the set. I guess I'll give this place a quick run around. Insight on killer's motives.
The tone of each murder changes. The inner zeal is the same. This is why the killings seem random, unrelated. But the police can't see these connections. Except Officer Baxter. I can't say I trust him, but he's my only chance.
You know, if it does, I'm not like saying it will happen, but if Baxter is the Bell killer, I totally called it. I don't expect it to happen now that I've said that, but I think that it would be a little obvious if he was. You know? Well, I guess I've looked at pretty much everything I can up here, which is disappointing. I really wanted the last musket. You guys know where the last musket is? It's not gonna be hidden right next to the fucking demon stuff again, is it? No. Oh, what's this? Good. Well, I discovered that Baxter was a complete dick. Oh, and just before I finished the episode, I completed the Stalwart Spectre. Let's see.
I can still remember my first day on the force. Salem PD was in this tiny building on the edge of town. It was old, crowded, and completely insufficient to handle the day-to-day operations. Protecting Salem was getting harder and harder. But finally, the city decided to convert the old armory into our new headquarters. When we finally moved in, I couldn't believe how big and modern the place was. Not bad for one of the first buildings in Salem. Plus, it just felt right. It used to be the city's first line of defense in a wild frontier, and now it had resumed its post once again. Only this time in a modern world. First week was a little chaotic as we settled in. One officer reported that someone had removed his gun from his locker. It took him 20 minutes to track it down, and when he did, he found it leaning against the wall in one of the unoccupied offices. Also, the late-night station operator reported a strange phone malfunction. Occasionally, when someone would call in to report a shooting, the recording would just stop. The call would cut out, and the voice of the panicked caller would just loop over and over again until the phone was unplugged. Soon it was pretty clear that these strange occurrences weren't just honest mistakes or faulty phone lines. One evening, the medical examiner came running down the hall in tears. She noticed that her scalpels and other tools had gone missing. She went to get more from the cabinet, but stopped cold at what she saw in the reflection. The ghostly silhouette of a Civil War soldier was standing over one of the corpses. She spun around. It was gone. She barely noticed how cold the room had gotten before running off. Of course, the guys didn't believe her. Hell, I didn't either. Until I saw it with my own eyes. I was working late and got up to get more coffee. And I rounded the corner. I saw it in the reflection of the trophy case. He was staring right at me. He lifted an old, ghostly rifle and pulled the trigger. The trophy case fractured into a spider web of cracked glass, and I took off running. The captain didn't believe me. And docked my next paycheck to replace the glass. I didn't care if people thought I was crazy. I know what I saw. People sometimes ask me if anyone else has seen it since, or if the specter still roams the halls. I always tell them the same thing. I wouldn't know. I transferred to Boston.
Okay, that one's not quite as morbid as the other ones. I'm not sure whether that disappoints me or leaves me a little relieved. Anyway, I'm going to continue with this investigation next episode, so if you want to see that, join me for the next episode. Until then, see ya.